All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are back for another week of Just a Fan Podcast. Y'all know what it is. NFL season has started. We have completed week one. Week two is on its way, and it starts tomorrow night. Let's get into this. Y'all know who I am, Coach Williams, the NFL Encyclopedia, the Wildcat quarterback that runs this thing, future Hall of Famer. That direction, panel 316, the good guy with the black hat. And I'm sure he'll caution everybody right now. Slow down. It's only week one. Don't get too high. Don't get too low.
No.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. And Trisha can back me up on this one too. Because that's the Mike linebacker and the franchise player. What's up, T?
What up, what up?
What I saw on Twitter, I saw Washington last year in week one lost their first game by 17 points. You know where they ended up? In the NFC Championship game. So calm down after week one. Everybody relax. Now, there are some teams who should not relax. Or I should say some coaches who should not relax after losing week one, especially in the fashion they did. And the first one is Mike McDaniel, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Listen, he was already on the hot seat, in my opinion. Well, in our opinion, because we're usually on the same page about this. But to lose the way you did this past Sunday, did they even score? I don't think they scored.
The biggest problem is that he's hooking his wagon to a quarterback that's overrated. And you got hired because you were an offensive mastermind, air quotes. The thing is that some people, there's a certain station that you have to recognize that you're at. Some people are outstanding coordinators, but they're not good head coaches. The history has dictated this for years in the league. Where you have guys that Wade Phillips, great defensive coordinator.
Yes.
Not a very good head coach.
Norv Turner, great offensive coordinator.
Great offensive coordinator.
Head coach?
No, not very good. And I think Mike McDaniel was basically punching above his weight class, I guess you could say. I think he is. I think he's a little overwhelmed with this job, and I think it's too big for him. And I think he needs to go back to being a coordinator, possibly back in San Francisco. I don't know, or somewhere that runs that offense or wants to run that offense. And I think he'll do better. But as a head coach right now, I don't know if this is exactly his time. Be real. Tristan?
Well, the problem with Mike McDaniel is, he like you said, he's a great offensive mind. He had a great idea for running that offense because he was going to make life easy for Tua. And I was doing a lot of quick stuff over the middle with that track and field team. When they first assembled that roster, we all said that these was a 4x1 relay team. You had Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devin A. Chain came on the roster eventually, Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert. they has a lot of speed. But the problem is, and if you had watched our show when we covered the AFC East, when Anime Dolphin was on, he said, listen, the GM came out last year, basically in 2024, saying, I don't put an emphasis on line of scrimmage, offensive line, defensive line. And that's a problem because and not just it's not just this past Super Bowl. A lot of Super Bowls we can go through in history that if you don't have a good enough offensive line or good enough defensive line, you're going to be in trouble. And but this past Super Bowl is always a constant reminder. And I think that's one of the biggest things that hurt Miami is like, yeah, okay, we know you can throw the ball, you guys can run, but as far as like when you need those, when you need that playoff win, you need playoff win coming from game. And they don't have that, and they try to put an emphasis on it this year, but it might be too little, too late, and that's going to hurt. And but to me, it's also going to hurt the GM as well. You can't do that. You have to have trench game. I'm not saying your offense line, all five players have to be Hall of Famers. They got to be at least good enough, solid enough at their job. Same thing with defensive line. Everybody ain't got to be Hall of Famers, but you got to be able to do your job and make life easier for the rest of the defense.
Tristan, you was about to chime in.
Yeah, sorry about that. You can't play. There ain't no finesse game in football. It don't work like that. Not for a long push. If you try to get in the playoffs, once you get in the tournament, I don't care what kind of defense you got. I mean, I don't care what kind of offense you got. All right, you unless you are the St. Louis Rams, and yes, I said it, St. Louis Rams, when they were the greatest show on turf, you ain't winning it that way. It's got to be hard nosed football. You can mix some of that, but it's got to
And
be hard nosed football.
and not to cut you off, but I mean, what cost them in the future was not having strong line play and realizing that they would get they basically got beat up.
They got
Like,
beat up. They
because of
got beat up. They got punked at the line of scrimmage,
by the Patriots.
and and everybody got beat up. You realize on every phase of the offense, it's all finesse players. Not to, and I'm not saying it's finesse. Like I'm not calling them weak. I'm not calling them soft. You play in the NFL, you one of one. It takes a certain level of toughness to play in that league. What I mean by finesse, I mean you don't have a you ain't got a hammer. You don't have a hammer at the running back position. You don't. You let a hammer go in your tight end position when you let
John Smith.
John Smith go. Your wide receivers they're all speed demons. There's not a body where you could bang against a defender and be like, oh, it's gonna be a long day if you think you're gonna tackle me today. Like
Six
you don't
six
have that
six
guy.
6'2" or taller, 215 or heavier.
Yeah, you don't have that kind of guy. So you put your squad in a bad position. Then your quarterback is not that guy because at this point he's like paper mache. So you have put yourself in a bad position because you don't have a dude that has that mentality to say like it's about to be a long day for you. Like this is going to be a business decision on either side of the ball, really. So now and then remember on this show we said it when Tua got that extension. We said I don't know because you only have 1 year of showing something. And that's because people wasn't prepared for the track meet that they were about to deal with. But this is the NFL. They gonna figure it out. You better come with some extra different wrinkle, and they have not. And not all coordinators can be coaches, head coaches. Not all coordinators. Some of them are literally made to be creative minds to draw up creative plays, but you don't have a person on your team or in your coaching staff that can be a leader of men that can rally these guys to make them play beyond themselves. You don't have that on this in this entire organization. You don't have it. You don't have it. My best bet, if I'm them, if this season now it was only game one, but if that game was a microcosm of what the season is going to be, my best bet is I'm trading Waddle, I'm trading Tyreek, I'm blowing this up and starting over.
Might as well start collecting draft picks. Start collecting draft picks.
I just
And start preparing for this quarterback class that's coming up. And because
because I cannot trust Tua Tagovailoa. I don't understand what the hype is. I don't understand. Correct me if I'm wrong. He was on the top 100 for what? What has he done? And again, there's a discrepancy about the top 100. Is it about what they've done, or is it about what they're projected to do? And if they're projected to do that,
listen,
they're projected to do that. What has he done to make you think he's projected to be this good?
But that's what I was going to say, because what has he done? He hasn't. The Miami Dolphins offense altogether haven't done anything since that first year of assembly. Okay, like Tristan just said, they figured it out. You need extra wrinkles. You need to be able to feed off of whatever you're doing, whatever your foundation is. Any offensive coordinator would tell you that. They would tell you you need wrinkles to work off your base stuff. They haven't done that, and I'm surprised Mike McDaniel hasn't done that. And two, since the offense, including Tua, your projection is not going up. Your projection is literally going down.
Yeah, I don't get it. This like quarterback is a major issue with this team, but you cannot overlook quarterback play. You would be irresponsible. It would be completely irresponsible to not mention quarterback play. And it's like, what are we talking about here? You haven't made a switch. First of all, if he bumps his head one good time, he could be in a vegetative state. I don't mean to make a joke about it, but good Lord. He actually made number 91 on the top 100. Number 91. Come on, man. Are you serious? He's not a top 100 player. And then the other part of it is coaching. Like, Mike McDaniels doesn't make the right decisions in the right situations. Not to be fair, he was underneath Kyle Shanahan, who basically, he probably learned that by osmosis from Kyle Shanahan, making the right decisions in big moments at the right time. But like, it's not looking good in Miami. And our good friend Anime Dolphin was on early this year.
Yeah.
During our division by division breakdown. And even he was like, hey, man, hey.
Yep.
He's a staunch Dolphins fan, but he was just like, he just kind of threw his hands up, man. He was just like, Anime Dolphin, if you watch it, we still gonna get your shirt to you.
Here's the thing. This is truly a copycat league, because the problem is everybody trying to find their Sean McVay. Everybody trying to find their Kevin O'Connell. And they just don't come like that. They're trying to find their Matt LaFleur. They're trying to find these guys. And they just don't come like that. These young guys that are innovators, boy wonders, like they don't come like that. Now
they want everybody off that Shanahan tree. That's what it is. And like it's, yes, oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's like
sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss.
Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. They look like the Bears. I know we're going to talk about them soon. But the Bears look like they got a guy. But even with Ben Johnson, though he's young, you could tell Ben Johnson got a kind of old school mentality. You need a guy that can be the
adult in the room.
Be the adult. And that was always the thing when Mike McDaniels first got the job. Everybody saying like, "Oh my God, look how young he looked." Then he he really settled into the Miami vibe, looking like a coach from Miami Vice, with the shades and all stuff. But everybody thought he was just cool, hip boy genius. And I do still think he's a genius. I think he's a genius as a play caller.
Yes.
I think as a head coach, it might have been too soon. He'd be someone like if he ends up losing, I never wish for people to lose their job. But if he ends up losing, unless you're on my team and you're making my team look bad, then you got to get fired. But if he was to get fired this season, I believe if he was to go back to a team, be a offensive coordinator or what have you, give himself a few more years and then got back out there, I think he'd be an excellent coach. but he's got to learn how to be a leader of men. It's not just about X's and O's, especially in today's NFL, because today's NFL is full of young guys. People got to understand, and this is why I always appreciate our show, because it's not only that we pay attention to the facts of what's going on today, but all of us respectively are a bit of historians of the game. And what people got to understand is that back in the day, a lot of those guys were adults by the time they got into the league, grown
Yes.
men,
Yeah.
like with families and all that stuff. Like, so they all held each other accountable like grown men. Guys are coming in 22, some of them 21,
21. Some of them even
23.
20. Some of them are 20, depending on what their birthday is. Yes.
Like JJ McCarthy, and again, we're going to talk about these cats. JJ McCarthy looks like he should be in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? And these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to be franchise players. You need an adult with these kids to show them how to be. And you get some of these young coordinators that, even though they're young, even though they're spry, but they got a certain old school mentality. People don't like Nick Sirianni, but Nick Sirianni got a certain old school weight about him, and it comes out when it's needed. That's why he has his pulse on the Eagles the way he does. It's just some coaches got it, some don't. And I think the Dolphins took a swing, and I'm not here. I'm not here to say Mike McDaniel is like a Adam Gase situation, or
No, he's definitely Adam Gase. Adam
you
Gase
know
benefited from Peyton Manning. We know that.
exactly, like he ain't one of them. I think he could be a really good head coach. I just think it was a little before his time. He's not a Josh McDaniels who cannot be a head coach ever. I think it was just too soon for me, too early.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cap off this McDaniels discussion.
But the Dolphins and two are still dead to me after Sunday.
Oh no, yeah. Dude, who you think, man? He messed up my picks, man. I mean, I was still over 500. I was still over 500 because I never go below 500. But yeah, that was one of those supposed to be a gimme. But to that point, I think if we were just to say that or pick a coach that would possibly not have his job before the season's over, like would lose his job before the season's over, I think Mike McDaniels is like one of the leader. He's on the top of the leaderboard right now.
He could possibly lose his job before halfway through the season, possibly, depending on how everything else goes the rest of the way.
I don't know when, but I think he's a candidate for his seat is very high. I think he's a candidate for possibly not coaching the Miami Dolphins or coaching his team, because there are some other coaches we're gonna get to. But I think in my opinion, he would be the first one off the board before Black Monday ever comes.
Yeah.
Now,
the head coach on the opposite side of Mike McDaniel, he might have kind of given himself a little bit of breathing room just because of the results. Now, we still don't believe he'll last long, and same thing goes with that general manager. But Shane Steichen probably bought himself just some time. What do y'all think?
You can only go so far with Daniel Jones. And, maybe he does enough to keep himself afloat. If I'm not mistaken, all of us picked the Colts to finish last in that division. I don't – honestly, little foreshadowing, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about the next game that the Colts have. I think they're going to come back down to earth. The choice of quarterbacks, everything goes back to quarterback. The choice of quarterbacks right now is what's going to be the detriment of Shane Steichen. I really feel like that. They missed on AR-15 because Tristan will tell you, and I'm going to let him chime in a second, he wasn't ready to start. He was a project. He was like a Jalen Milroe or who's the kid from the kid that's in Dallas right now.
Joe Milton, yeah. Because Joe Milton was drafted in round 6 when he was drafted.
Yeah, that's my point. Thank you. That's my point. It's like you reach for this guy who was as green as a blade of grass in the spring, and you put all your eggs in that basket. You realize that you made a mistake last year. What do? You go out and get Daniel Jones, and you say, "I'm going to win this division with Daniel Jones." Now, you got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. That's a good thing. The defense is pretty decent.
And you got Michael Pittman, receiver.
You got Michael Pittman, receiver, who I still don't think is like a. I think he's a second tier receiver, but your quarterback play or the decisions you make for personnel for your quarterback will get you sent to the house.
Yes.
So yeah, and time will tell, but it's not looking good. Tristan,
I said it when he got drafted. I said it's not a smart move. I thought the Colts would have traded down to collect a bunch of picks and and try to build and get another veteran in there. I know they were renting out veteran QBs
Left and right.
left and right. I understand that. I understand that. It just seemed like it was a part of all their 401k retirement plan. Go play for the Colts for 1 year and then call it a day. I get it. But that would have worked for the time being instead of rushing this kid. I feel so bad for him because it wasn't warranted. I said this on another show, so I'm not even going to stay on this too long because I said this on another show when we talked about it. We got so spoiled. We got so spoiled watching the Cam Newtons, the Deshaun Watsons, Deshaun Watson before Massagegate, Deshaun Watsons, um, the Patrick Mahomes,
I
you know,
think
all these cats with these physical gifts. We got so spoiled that when you see one, it's like,
you didn't
ooh,
even get
I gotta have it. I
yeah.
mean, Brandon and I was talking about it the other day with PG County, and it's not to knock anybody from PG County. I love all you guys, hometown. But the schools tend to put the most athletic player
yes.
at the quarterback spot
Yes.
without teaching them the art of playing quarterback. And it is an art. It is a bit of a science to play that position. And I felt like they put him in a bad spot. He needed to sit 1 or 2 years, learn the footwork, learn how to process pre-snap, post-snap, check your reads, all these things. Your talent can't be the only thing that's going to, but they're like, oh no, he's going to work through it. We're going to let him do this, that, and the third. No. So now you've wasted a pick. You actually have a really good team. You actually have a good squad that can compete, and you're hedging your bet on Daniel Jones. And that's why you're in the hot seat. You're hedging your bet on Daniel Jones to justify your season. Because really, if Daniel Jones turns back into Daniel Jones of the Giants,
Good luck.
his whole
He
Good
will.
luck. Good luck. Because guess what? You're looking at two NFC East fans right here. We'll tell you straight up. Good luck to you.
listen,
It's gonna happen.
it's a colossal, it's not an
It's
if.
gonna happen.
It's really a matter of when.
No matter
So
what.
it's like this will be a colossal fail because you have to then consider you're either going to gamble with AR again and hope that that pans out, or you're probably going to have to try to figure out what your season is going to look like and hope to God that you're in a position next year to go get one of these quarterbacks that's coming out from the draft. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I am slightly underwhelmed by these college kids based on what I saw in week 1 of them.
I've heard the same thing.
I'm underwhelmed. Besides the boy from South Carolina, the rest of them ain't really show out the way I thought they would have. So you in a rock and a hard place in a division where Cam Ward looks like he's going to be good because the way he played, it looks like the team got to catch up with him.
Yep.
Kind of
We're
like
gonna
they Washington got to catch up with Jane Daniels last year.
exactly, and then we're gonna see what Trevor Lawrence is made of in Jacksonville, and we're assuming that CJ Stroud is gonna have a bounce back. But if all things go well, You're in a division where you got three young QBs that you're going to see for at least another 8 to 10 years, and you ain't got a QB on your stable.
Hmm.
It's an organizational failure.
Yeah.
Hey, Trisha,
Did
real
Twan say
quick,
FSU? Is he talking about the FSU QB?
I guess
Stop
so.
it. Stop it. Stop it.
He was
I don't care. I don't care what. I don't care. That's not the same Alabama of before. Let's stop. That's listen. No,
no
no.
Alabama. Listen, listen. Alabama is done when Saban retired. That was it.
Don't let that Alabama game fool you.
That
FSU,
was it.
FSU,
When Saban retired,
FSU,
that was it.
FSU will come. They'll come back down to earth. Don't let
But,
that game fool you.
but listen. Anthony Richardson is, and I hate when you name all those quarterbacks with arm talent. It's another thing like how going all the way back to even Jamarcus Russell with the Raiders, coming out of LSU,
Was
and
not
Kyle
ready.
Bowler with the Baltimore Ravens.
Was not
Everybody,
ready.
huh? They were
Was not
not
ready.
ready. Everybody falls along with the arm strength. It's not just the talent; it's just the arm strength, being able to throw the ball with
Yeah.
such velocity, and
People don't.
hey, I can be back here at the 75-yard line, and I can
Hmm.
throw all the way on the other side of the field. Or just like how when Joe Milton came out of college, they said, "Hey, take the football and hit the ceiling of the dome."
But
Okay, that's
here's my
fine.
thing that was crazy though, Brandon. And maybe you can answer this better than I can. This is what's crazy to me, Brandon.
Mhm.
What round did Joe Milton go in?
6.
What's the difference between him and Anthony Richardson?
Nothing.
Not much.
Nothing.
Nothing.
They both are quarterbacks who are about 6'4", a little bit taller. They about 250, a little bit heavier, and they both can. They can. I mean, the arm is a legit cannon. It's a
And
legit cannon.
I think Joe Milton played more games than Anthony Richardson did in
Yeah,
college.
and Joe Milton played at two different schools. He played at Michigan, and he played at Tennessee.
So I'm like, how?
Because
How?
Trisha, they fell in love with the arm. And let me ask you a question: was Richardson the quarterback when they had Kyle Pitts a tight end and Kadarius Toney a receiver?
No, he was splitting time. That's what I'm saying. Like he did not have enough reps. He had the one game, and I think it was either against A&M or LSU, that he did this freaky throw. And from that moment, Anthony Richardson, top 5 pick. He wasn't even
You
mentioned
know
in the
what?
first round before I'm trying to remember who he played against. He did a freakish throw for a touchdown.
You
And
know what?
from that point on, it was like, oh, top 5.
You know what?
Knee
That's
jerk.
another problem. That's another problem too. And I'm about to dig deep into this. There are too many times when a college player has a freak moment and we just shoot them straight up the boards. It
Jadavion.
happened with Greg Jones in the stiff arm. It happened with Jadeveon Clowney
David Clowney,
tackling somebody in the backfield. It happens way too often.
Zach Wilson.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They have a freak out moment,
Yes.
and you're like, oh, this guy's gonna be great. No, it doesn't necessarily mean that. And I think Anthony Richardson could be good, but you've broken him. You keep he have from if I'm Anthony Richardson's agent, I want to go somewhere else. Start fresh. Be a
But
backup, start fresh, go somewhere else, sit, and get some new life.
this is the fault of Shane Steichen, and this is why, and Chris Ball at the GM. That's why we don't believe they're going to be there much longer. Now, again, because of the way they beat Miami, that kind of opens up the
You gave him a
window
little bit of a leash.
It gave him a little,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly, gave him a little bit of leash. But now it's like,
Oh, it's gonna come. They coming back down to earth.
oh, I know, because guess what? I saw the team who they playing against. I was like, ooh,
Best believe they coming back.
they coming back.
And they gonna get into
And listen, Eric, when they come back down to earth, they ain't just come back down to earth. They gonna literally touch the ground.
Yeah, they gonna get when they get into division play, it's gonna really get rough.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's move on. Those these are hot seat coaches. Anybody, gentlemen, you got another one? I know mine was Mike McDaniel.
The last one is in me and Tristan's division. That's Brian Daboll.
Oh,
And listen, this is another one where I feel bad because I think Daboll can coach.
I think so
I
too.
think Daboll was dealt a very, very bad hand with this team. Now, someone said something on Twitter that I saw, and I said, I've been saying this forever. Nothing is going to be right with whoever you put at quarterback until you get that offensive line together.
Thank
And
you.
that offensive
like-
line has been a problem for
We just
years.
said that about Miami.
4 years. That line has been an issue for you. I said it wasn't Russ. That wasn't Russ on Sunday against us. That was not Russ's problem. That was an offensive line problem because you got a guy in Russ that ain't who he used to be. He needs protection. Seattle Russ didn't need protection. Seattle Russ could run around, do whatever he want to do. This version of Russell, he need protection. Okay? He goes home to Sierra every night. He ain't got them legs that he used to have. Okay? He need protection. You have to protect him and give him time in that pocket. Okay? So you can't do anything without a comfortable offensive line. Now, I know Andrew Thomas is supposed to come back off an injury. We're going to see what that look like, but it's going to be rough sledding whoever you put back up there. Everybody's like, oh, give us Jackson Dart, give us Jackson Dart, give us Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart going to get beat up too. And the same mistakes that I used to see at Ole Miss when he used to force things is the same mistakes that's going to rear its ugly head because he's going to have a clock in his head that's going to be too fast because that offensive line ain't going to protect him long enough.
Hey, Brandon,
What's up?
let me see your snap count.
Listen, I ain't saying that the kid can't play, but what y'all are gonna ask of him, he ain't gonna be able to deliver because he ain't gonna have time. He ain't gonna have time, and you don't have a legitimate threat outside of Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors
You
is
don't.
gonna be he's frustrated already, man. He is
I'm-
frustrated already.
I thoroughly believed when it was pregame warm up, and he went to go dap up Jaden. He's like, bro, find a way to get me to you, bro. Find a way to get me to you, dog.
Malik Neighbors will go to almost any team that has that as long as they have a legitimate quarterback. He will go there. He's
Yeah.
like, look, just get me out of here because
But
right now,
I feel bad for Dayball.
and honestly, the Giants have not been the same since they fired Tom Coughlin.
Since they fired Tom Coughlin.
When they fired Tom
You can say
Coughlin,
that
I was
about the-
like,
you can say
man,
about
that's a
the Jags,
mistake.
too.
That's a mistake.
Say that about the Jags too. They ain't been right since they fired Tom.
Listen, man, listen.
Yeah.
You gotta, and this is why, and I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again.
I mean,
As-
Del Rio had them a little bit, but yeah.
As a head coach, you need a program flipper. And Tom
Yep.
Coughlin was that. He got you 2 Super Bowl rings, and then you just want to fire him because the offensive coordinator and Eli Manning got along so well, and he was afraid.
And
to
the
lose.
thing is, there ain't enough program flippers in the league because they all
No,
locked up.
it's not. It's
Andy Reid,
Sean
Tom
Payton,
Payton,
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, and I would throw in Pete Carroll.
Yeah, no, Pete Carroll's he's a program flipper.
I'd throw in Pete Carroll.
Now,
But that's about it.
He's gonna have a difficult time with the Raiders because of the
I don't know how
business.
difficult. Honestly, I don't know how difficult. Let me tell you why. I watched that game. They compete.
Well, I'm sure they compete.
They
It's just
compete
that
now.
No. I'm sure they compete. I'm not saying they're not going to compete. All I'm saying is they're going to have a hard time in the division just because that division is so stacked. The division is stacked with coaches.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Dayball, McDaniel, Shane Steichen. All right.
The seat is hot, baby.
Yeah, those are 3. Let's go and just review these 16 games real quick and just see like who's real, who's fake. Let's breeze through these real quick so we can get the panels.
I'm about to say we got to get the Pandos picks because I'm trying to see what I need to lock in because he had me. I got full faith in my bruh. It's just the Dolphins are dead to me.
Actually, we can do the picks because in the process of me doing the picks, we can analyze what happened last week.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, well hold on.
So there you go, Eric. Cue his music.
All right. So let's talk about let's look at the week that's coming. Turn the page. That was week 1. This is week 2. And like we were saying before, let's not get too excited.
Forget the Dolphins.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's not get too excited about last week. Let's not get too down about last week because there were a lot of variables that went into play with this.
I'm gonna be down.
Now this week, I'm gonna tell you like this: there
was $900.
There was a lot of pickup games. Just this on one. There are a lot of pickup games this week. because of the variables that are happening. We already seeing injuries happening to
Yeah.
important people. We seeing some teams that we really don't know who they are. But just FYI, I went 9-7 on my picks last week. Like I said before, I don't go under 500. It wasn't a great week for me, but I never go under 500. And it's one of the big ones I like to really jump back to was everybody thought I was crazy when I picked the Chargers to beat the Chiefs. Y'all don't listen to me.
Listen, the Chiefs are not the same. And they might have had a real Super Bowl hangover. And yeah, it happens. It really does.
Historically, the team that loses the Super Bowl.
And like I just said 2 minutes ago, that whole division is stacked with coaches. Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah. So tomorrow night's game, you have the Washington Commanders at the Green Bay Packers. This is going to be a pick 'em. Washington played really well against the Giants. I feel like they really should have dog walked the Giants. So there's some things that still need to be fixed, but they look a lot better.
Can I say this real quick? Can I say this real fast? It's one statement, real fast. For all Commanders fans, let me say this as someone that is a true and blue fan. I'm not going to be upset if they lose tomorrow. I actually love the fact that they're playing this team tomorrow in week 2, because it's a good litmus test to see where we're at and what we have to hone in on for the rest of the season. So win or lose, I'm good.
Not to mention, you got a mini bye week, so you have extra time to correct whatever you need to correct.
Yes,
that's actually where I was going. This is going to be a real test for them. The Packers just beat the Lions. We need to find out if the Packers are for real. The jury's still out. We talk about real and fake. The Commanders look like contenders. Of course, they're going to be labeled as contenders. They made it to the conference championship last year. I normally would have picked the Packers for this game. However, there's a couple of things. The Packers are going to be missing their right tackle and their left guard in this game. And that plays right into the strength of the Washington defense.
Yep.
Interior rush. We're going to find out what Jordan Love is made out of when he has that interior rush coming at it. Green Bay's defense is a lot better, true. But Washington just now has a lot of weapons.
And Jaden Daniels look clean. We just went against a potentially top 5 front 7.
And trench play is so important. We talked about that earlier in the show. So this is a pick 'em. I wouldn't put money on this, but I got the Commanders going into Green Bay and winning that game. And then if they go in and win that game like I think they can, then you can go ahead and pencil them in as, okay, they for real. And honestly, either way this game goes, the winner of this particular game, you can go ahead and pencil them in as contenders because they will have beaten quality teams 2 weeks in a row. Okay, so.
Can't believe my team is a quality team. Pray for days like this.
The next game.
Hey, Trisha, man, don't start crying, man. Don't start crying.
I'm emotional.
The next game is the Giants will be traveling to AT&T to play the Dallas Cowboys. Now, listen. Okay. The Cowboys pretty much own the Giants. All right?
Facts.
And they're at home. The Cowboys will be at home. The Cowboys will be salty after a game that they probably could have pulled out against the Philadelphia Eagles. That would have been a major confidence booster for them had they pulled that game out and CD had not dropped those 3 passes.
And if Miles Sanders don't fumble the football.
Miles Sanders fumble, so you can't lose the turnover battle.
I was going to dog walk him.
Dak Prescott, he threw one that got dropped against the Eagles. CeeDee Lamb got hit in the hands and threw one in the air that should have been picked off. And then Miles Sanders actually did fumble. That being said, the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game. This was almost a stone cold lock. Almost. But the Cowboys are going to win this game at home. There's no way you're going to lose your home opener.
Against
Against a team like the Giants, a division opponent the Giants that you have historically owned for the last umpteen years. CeeDee Lamb, look for CeeDee Lamb to be way more focused than he was last week. He's the type of player that has good mental discipline, so he's going to come back. We could see fantasy players. I would start CeeDee Lamb this week. I feel like he's going to be on a mission to prove that, hey, that Eagles game was a fluke, because I'm pretty sure he's seen all the Instagram skits and all of the memes and everything else like that. So he's going to be focused. He's going to be locked in. If you have CD on your fantasy team, go ahead and start it.
He spent extra time on the drugs this week.
Yeah. Cowboys are going to win this one. They get that. There's no discrepancy. Like I said, it was almost my Stone Cold Lock of the week, but there's a better one coming up later, and I'll get to that. Seahawks travel to Pittsburgh to Heinz Field to play the Steelers. I'm not completely sold on the Steelers because everybody saw Aaron Rodgers throw them 4 touchdowns, but bro, that was the Jets. Okay. The Seahawks have a much better defense than the Jets do. McDonald is one of those coaches that he'll let you go up and down the field on him, but inside the 20s,
bend not break.
Yeah, I was going to say
they don't break.
My mouth.
They don't break. So I look for the Seahawks to get their running game amped up. And I think the Steelers need to work on getting theirs amped up. But even if they do get it ramped up, the Seahawks can stop it.
Sure would have been nice to have Najee.
And I think it's the Steelers, they're talking about this, the DK Metcalf revenge game. Shut up. Everybody's saying that. Shut up.
Man, listen.
He might crash out, though. He
literally might crash out on his former teammates. I want to see Tariq Woolen and DK Metcalf, man.
I was going to say, Sauce Gardner just finished locking up DK. DK for someone that's 6'4", 235, run 4.35 is overrated.
Sauce put him to bed, put a bottle in his mouth, and read him a lullaby story.
Hey, man. Hey, listen. Slick Rick Badtown story. You understand me?
Yeah.
So, I do have the Seahawks going into Heinz Field and beating the Steelers. Next game, the Rams travel to Tennessee to play the Titans. I'm not sold on the Rams. You know how I feel about the Rams.
Rams gonna win that.
Still not sold on them. They only can muster 14 points against the Houston Texans at home. And we're on the verge of losing that game. If you recall, the fumble occurred inside the 20. Houston was driving on them for the winning.
Did you see the drops that Cam Ward's receivers gave him?
And Cam Ward's receivers are not very reliable. He put his stats don't tell the truth. A lot of drops. He was hitting his guys and they were dropping them.
His dad almost went BTA on the receiving corps.
Yeah, he was about to crash out in the stands.
He was.
Now, my only thing is, though, Cam Ward just going to deal with that Rams front seven, and that's going to be the problem.
And
that's my thought.
That's what I'm getting to. The Rams are going to beat the Titans because of that. How good not the front seven, just the front four.
The front four.
Yeah, yeah.
Their secondary is not really spectacular.
Yeah,
neither is the linebackers.
The second level is mid, but that front four.
That front four is nice.
Burst, Turner, Fisk, and it's another. I can never remember the fourth guy, but
Young.
Yeah, that four is nice.
Yeah, they get after it. I
don't think the Titans are going to be able to block those guys, and I think the Rams get away with another win, and the glazing will continue. The Bills are going to go to MetLife Stadium and play the Jets. This was almost a Stone Cold Lock.
Dog walk.
But there's another one better. The Bills, if they play half as good as they played against Baltimore, they're going to probably win this game by 2 or more scores.
Literally half. Yeah. Literally half as good.
They don't even have to play as good as they played against Baltimore. They're going to this could get ugly.
Yes.
So it's Bills over Jets. The next one, this is a pick 'em, but only because both teams are not very good. I got the Patriots over the Dolphins. I think the Patriots are going to screw up less. And again, when you go back to it, you talk about quarterback play.
Drake May's better than Tua. Today,
Drake May's
better than Tua.
So when you start talking about quarterback play, the Pats got the edge on that. I got the Pats winning that.
I gotta look at Miami's schedule. They could be. This could be a long
They're going to
season.
start the season 0-2. That's why I say Mike McDaniel could possibly be gone before the season's over. Probably not next season. Okay, next game. The Jacksonville Jaguars are going to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. This could turn into a track meet. The Bengals, we know how the Bengals defense is not that great.
Except for Trey Hendrickson. Shout out to you, bro.
And the Jacksonville defense. Outside of Josh Allen, excuse me, I said it wrong. That defense isn't very spectacular, and everybody's talking about how great. Oh, the Jaguars look really good. Man, y'all played Carolina last week. Shut up.
Yeah, with Bryce looking like he regressed.
Like, stop it. Oh, Jacksonville, blah blah blah. If I go to a nursery school and punch a bunch of 4-year-olds in the face, that don't make me the heavyweight champion of the world. That don't even make me a contender. So stop it, Duval. Stop it. You finna go 1-1, and Joe Burrow gonna go out there and burrow you. Burrow, whatever. But yeah, Travis Hunter's gonna find out what it's like to cover real receivers.
A real receiver. Mm-hmm.
And it's not going anywhere.
Y'all better put him in a slot or something.
He's not Travis Hunter ain't trash, but more often than not, he's gonna lose.
He's gonna get cooked. Oh, he's gonna get cooked in this one.
Yeah. I got the Bengals going winning their home opener. So Bengals 2-0.
Who they playing again?
What?
Who are they playing against? Sorry.
The Bengals are beating the Jags.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This next game, before the news came out this week, I had the away team winning this game, but the Niners are going to the Saints to play them in the Superdome. Brock Purdy will probably not play. It's been reported it's a long shot for him to play.
So now it's a pickup.
It turned into thank you, Tristan. It's a pickup. But he has a non-throwing shoulder injury, and then he has a toe injury. And I think the biggest thing is the toe injury.
The toe.
Because although Brock Purdy is not what you call a mobile quarterback, he's a mobile quarterback.
Yes.
He bootlegs, he rolls out.
He manipulates the pocket.
He manipulates the pocket. His mobility is hampered, so that's going to hamper his game. So I doubt he's going to play. I think it's the toe more than the shoulder.
Sure.
And also George Kittle is going on IR for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you'll have the hero of last week, Jake Ton, just starting at tight end. You got McCorkle Jones that will be the starting quarterback for the 49ers. So you're looking at a lot of Ricky Pearsall. You're looking at a lot of Christian McCaffrey. You're looking at a lot of Brian Robinson. And some of the ancillary guys that are playing. Jawan Jennings is day-to-day. Hopefully Jennings will be able to play, and that's why it's a pick 'em. I still like Robert Sala's defense. They are playing better than I thought they would this early.
Fred Warner is a animal dog.
Hey, listen.
The story is not about Fred Warner. The story is really about D. Winters.
Hey, listen. I'm liking what Robert Saleh is doing because I saw Brian Baldinger break down his defense after the first game of the preseason, and I was like, "Yo, 49ers defense is gonna be a problem, man.
It's gonna be a problem.
They have not gelled yet. That's the crazy part.
He'll send 5. He'll send 6. He don't care.
Yeah, it's they have not matured yet, and that's the fact that they played that well last week. Was impressive. Considering that you got a rookie starting free safety, you have a rookie slot corner, you have 2 rookie defensive tackles, you have a rookie defensive end, you got a third year linebacker that's starting for the first time.
Yeah, yep. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you know what foot that toe injury is on? Is it left foot or right foot?
I don't know. They just said toe injury. So, but you got to pivot on both. So, that's why it's a pick'em game. I'm going with the Saints because they're at home and San Francisco's loaded with injuries. But it could go either way. Like if Spencer Rattler is as bad as we all think he is, he's probably going to turn the ball over a few times to the Niners defense. So there's just a question if McCorkle Jones could actually capitalize on it. Yeah, they just got to stay out the way of the defense. Let the defense eat and stay out the way of the defense. Put the defense in good position. Jake Moody was released earlier this week, the kicker for the 49ers that almost lost them the game against Seattle last week. And they have a little bit more responsible kicker. He's not great, but he's still better than Jake Moody. I see a lot of field goals getting kicked by the 49ers in this game, but I still got the Saints winning at home as of right now. So my next game is my Stone Cold Lock of the Week. The Browns will be traveling to their funeral in Baltimore.
Oh.
Joe Flacco did not want to go back to Baltimore this way, but he's about to go back to Baltimore.
Baltimore.
After the way that the Ravens lost?
Baltimore.
The Ravens are going to be extra salty. I'm like a bag of Lay's potatoes. They're going to be salty. And I just, as good as I think Cleveland's defense can be, I don't think Derrick Henry had a fumble. Derrick Henry never fumbled. Derrick Henry had a game-costing fumble. Do you think he's going to put that ball on the ground?
He going for 200.
Yeah. That's why I kept naming these games. I was like, this almost was a Stone Cold Lock.
I forgot all about it.
I kept saying I got one better. Baltimore's at home.
Yes.
It's their home opener.
Derrick Henry
And they salty as all get out from losing against the Bears.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be
bad.
The
defense going to be disrespectful. They got embarrassed. They're going to be disrespectful.
Yes. So, yes, my Stone Cold Lock of the Week rings on the Browns. All right, this next one is also a pick 'em. Okay. If you have Jackson and Henry for your fantasy team, Carl Stewart, you need to start both of them. I'm just being real. This next game is a pick 'em. The Bears at the Lions. One of these teams is going to start the year 2-0. And my money's on the team that's usually not going to go 2-0. Historically, the Lions.
You mean 0-2.
0-2, excuse me. Historically, the Lions, after a loss, I want to say the last 15, the Lions have never gone 0-2 in any stretch of a 2-game stretch. Put it like that. After they lose, they win the next one. The Bears struggle to stop the run. The Lions have better running backs than Minnesota.
Well, except for the 1 year when they went 0-16.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about as in recent years, the Dan Campbell years.
We don't talk about.
We don't talk
about BD.
We don't talk about BD. We don't talk about Bruno. We talking about the Dan Campbell era. I need the Bears to show me they can figure this out. We all talked about it as we were watching the game.
I think they
Bears
can.
against the Vikings, and like you saw flashes of what
of how dangerous
Caleb Williams can be, and then it all fell apart. He was missing wide open receivers.
You know what?
He was letting balls sail on him. I was like, what the heck are you doing, man?
I'm sorry to cut you off. Let me say this. And Brian Flores is one of my favorite defensive coaches in the league.
He's brilliant.
Brian Flores is so diabolical.
He is
such a scientist when it comes to defense.
He's disrespectful.
No, he is, because I saw one play on Twitter. It was a clip, and they said, okay, he lined up at cover 0 and it looked like he's going to blitz. And right before the snap, everybody bailed out, and it looked like it was going to be like some form of too high zone coverage. But then it turned out to be too high man. And so as a quarterback, especially a Caleb Williams, who's only going to a second year, but
I know the play you're talking about.
How we talked about it over early this week. Caleb Williams had to be Superman every single play since high school. So you try to teach them how to be a quarterback, and like Trisha said earlier, there's an art to the whole
It's
thing.
an art to it.
You ask a Caleb Williams to process man coverage with I need a hot read because I got a whole bunch of guys coming after me. One. Two, right before I say hut, I got people running backwards on the other team, running backwards. And this is now covered. This is a cover 2 shell, and like it's gonna be zone. And so now I got to process that. And then my third process is I say hut, and everybody's in man.
And then the slot corner was the spot. I know the exact play you're talking about.
What am I supposed to do? So Caleb Williams, like, I get what I get what people are saying about Caleb Williams, but to do that against Brian Flores is too difficult. That is difficult. I'm not now. Eventually, they're going to figure this out because you're in the division, but that's difficult.
I think that Ben Johnson has something to work with
Yes.
Caleb Williams, but it's going to be a growing.
You got to be patient.
You got to be patient, and I think that the Bears may start the season 0-2, but I think the lights are going to come on sometime around mid-season. I think because they have what it takes to be a winning team.
You know what the issue is, though? It's the obvious issue. You know what the issue is?
What?
Jane Daniels looked spectacular last year.
And everybody's impatient.
When Michael Penix got his opportunity, Michael Penix looked good. Even in a losing effort, Michael Penix looked like he belonged, which I told people that,
Penix was great last year.
It's one of the prettiest spirals I've ever seen out of somebody's hands. Bo Nix looked great.
Drake May for not having whatever weapons needed in New
Nothing
England.
Nothing in the cupboard. Drake May looked great. And then you went against a guy that didn't even play last year, and he came back on you, and he looked good. So all these guys, you got to think about it. That draft class, all of those guys, none of them were talked about the way Caleb was. The closest one was Jaden, and even he wasn't talked about the way Caleb was. So Bears fans sitting there like, I thought we had the chosen one of this draft. All these other QBs look great coming out the gate. Why he got to be the project? But they all played a lot of football. All of them, except him. All play a lot of football. Even though he was at Oklahoma, he didn't play that much. And when he did play, he had to be Superman. All the rest of them learned how to play quarterback.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be some time. With that in mind, I
got to be patient.
I got the Lions winning this one. This next one, this is where the Colts are going to come back to earth. I got the Broncos going into Lucas Oil and beating the Colts.
If I've never been a Bo Nix fan, I'm a Bo Nix fan this weekend.
Yeah, I don't think because Daniel Jones is about to see a real defense.
Real defense.
Yeah, because I feel like they
cut up.
Anthony Richardson got a raw deal, and I need the Colts to suffer for it.
Yeah, the Colts are going to. They're going to be. This is just the beginning of the suffering. They're going to
and for Andrew Luck because I'm still salty about that.
They're going to suffer a few more weeks. Just trust me on this one. But the Broncos go into Indianapolis and beat the Colts. Next game is Panthers at the Cardinals. I had the Cardinals winning that one.
They might dog walk the Panthers, to be honest.
I don't think the Cardinals are that good.
I don't know. The Cardinals' defense is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, though. That corner Will Johnson is a beast.
Yeah, the fact that he's healthy is amazing. But I got the Cards winning this one. I still don't trust Kyler Murray, but it's not going to matter because I feel like the Cardinals' defense is going to force a lot of turnovers.
They got that McBride at the tight end. Marvin Harrison Jr. looked like he's figuring it out.
Let me say something. What's that boy's name? The head coach out there.
Gannon.
Yeah, Gannon. Jonathan Gannon. Thank you. His defense is going to confuse Bryce Young.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's
that
going
defense
to
is good.
Confuse Bryce Young, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bryce Young throws 2 or 3 picks in this game. or
If
has.
Bryce Young gets, let me tell y'all something. If Bryce Young gets benched this year, that's it. I'm telling
Hey,
y'all right now,
yeah, that's true.
that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, so I got the Cards winning for those reasons. The same reasons you guys are talking about. I have them winning this game. The Cardinals are going to be starting 2-0, which is ridiculous. The next game is the toughest pick'em ever.
Your division is good, Eric. Just admit it.
No, it is, but it wouldn't even be a competitive
What? You know
division.
what, Trishan? I
It
got
wouldn't be a
pushback.
competitive division
I
if the
got
Niners were healthy.
because I hear you, but I want to see a fully healthy San Francisco offense before I can sit here and say that division competitive. Because my thing is this: I get it with the Rams, but the Rams with Matthew Stafford in that back is one hit away from this thing just collapsing. Seattle's good; they okay. I think Seattle's more so above average than anything else. The Cardinals, I just said, Gannon, that defense gonna confuse people.
But just can't
But
trust.
I think Kyler Murray is just who he is at quarterback, and that's all he's ever going to be. I
Tommy
think.
Pickles.
Yeah, because him and Tommy Pickles is about the same height, but
Yeah, I call him Tommy Pickles just the way he run around.
and he's bad like Tommy Pickles too.
He looked like
But
a little toddler.
but Kyler Murray, I think Kyler Murray is like a Baker Mayfield. I have reached my ceiling, and whatever that ceiling is, I think that's it. Arizona's another team, and they probably won't. But Arizona's another team that needs to start looking at some of these quarterbacks that's coming out this year.
No, they're not going to do it. Not this year.
I
He'd
don't
have
think
to
I don't think
really.
that, but they should though. They should.
He'd have to really have a bad year. He'd have to really have a bad year.
I understand that, but they should because
And I don't think his talent will allow him to have that bad of a year.
okay. Everybody loves
That's a
talent.
it's a listen. It's a big arm and a jitterbug. It's hard to find. It's hard to find a big arm and a jitterbug.
I understand that. I understand that, T. But you are who you are at this point,
I
and
agree.
it's not much.
I agree. They're gonna rock with him for at least another year or two.
Okay.
I mean, he was a
Okay.
rookie of the year.
Well, good luck with that one. Have fun.
He was a rookie of the year and a Pro Bowl.
Give too much airtime to the Cardinals.
That was 25 years ago.
Here go, Eric. Here go, Eric.
Give too much. The Cardinals and the Panthers. We talking about the Cardinals and the Panthers. Too much airtime.
No, it's just
Battle of the number ones, Eric. Battle of the number one picks.
Eric. I'm sorry, man. It's just that I get tired of teams keep waiting on a quarterback to change who he is, and if he walks like a duck and talks like a duck, then he's a damn MF duck. Okay?
Noted.
He is what he is. Stop waiting.
Can we go to the next game?
Yes, you can, but just stop waiting.
Yeah.
It gets on my nerves. Miami's waiting on Tua. Tua is who he is.
Eric makes me crack up, dog.
I just want to finish my picks, man.
No, I understand that, man, but just stop
Everybody
waiting.
knows Kyler Murray is mid.
Listen,
Everybody but Arizona fans.
let me tell you something, man. NFL teams wait too long on quarterbacks and other football players at different positions. So I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna just let you go on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, this next game is probably the game of the week, and it's definitely a pick'em. We got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. Now,
Man, that's gonna be a fun game.
it's going to be fun to watch, but difficult to call because several things could happen. Do I think the Eagles have the better roster? Yes. Are the Chiefs pushovers by the count? No. But the question is, are the officials going to call a fair game? That's going to be the question.
They called it on Friday.
They did call it on Friday.
I think we'll get a fair game. Now, I don't know if Philadelphia is going to look as dominant. I'm not saying I don't know if Philadelphia's going to look as dominant as they did last year in the Super Bowl. Maybe they do.
No, it's not going to be a dog walking or ass pounding. It ain't going to be nothing like that. But if you ask me, it's going to Jalen Carter's back. They're not going to be able to run like Dallas ran on them. I think Xavier Worthy has a shoulder injury. We don't know his status. And Travis Kelce is slow. I'm going to just be honest. He old and slow.
Travis Kelsey is slower than blackberry molasses.
Rolling uphill in January. But I just Rashee Rice is still out service suspension. So I mean the players that are at hand that are ready to play that will be ready to play on that day, I have to go with the Eagles. The Eagles possibly start the season 2-0. So it would sound crazy if somebody said, I don't know, this time last year that hey, the Chiefs may start 2025 0-2. It can happen. And I'm going with the Eagles on this. The next game, Falcons and Vikings. I'm gonna preface it with this. I miss Jordan Mason. I miss
man. He was solid.
Jordan Mason.
He was solid the
Jordan
other night.
Mason, I think Jordan Mason is going to get close to 1,000 yards this year because they're platooning their backs. They're not just Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason come in for a couple of plays. They're going boom, 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 boom,
Yep.
boom, boom.
He looked great.
Which
He
is
looked
the
great on
correct
Monday.
way when you have two talented backs. You let them get equal touches because they puts the defense on its heels because they freshen the defense ain't. So I think the Vikings, it's going to be less about J.J. McCarthy throwing at Jay Jetta. It's going to be more about the Vikings running the ball if they smart. And I think that the defense by Flores is going to, give Michael Penix fits. It's going to really give him problems. There's an injury report about Drake London. Drake London, I'm concerned about his status for that game. So I like the Vikings at home against, and the Vikings. Oh my God, that stadium is so hard to play in.
It was very hard to play in.
So yeah,
shout out to Skull Nation. Shout out to Skull Nation.
They are loud, man. They are loud.
Yeah, so I like the Vikings to win at home against the Falcons.
Let me say this: if you're a person that appreciates aesthetics, just take a moment and watch Michael Penix throw the football. I mean, it's one of the prettiest spirals I've ever seen. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see, man. He throws a beautiful football.
Okay.
It's clean.
All right.
Michael Penix gonna be a dog. I'm trying to tell y'all, Michael Penix.
No, I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna lose this week. I think he's gonna be good.
He's gonna lose this week, but he's gonna be nice.
Yeah. So next game I have the Bucks traveling to NRG Stadium to play the Texans down here in Texas, in Houston, good old H-Town. I like the Texans winning this one. I think that the Texan defense is highly underrated.
Yes.
They really understanding, like, to be able to hold the Rams under 20 points was impressive.
Why not?
Yeah. So
Why not?
yeah, so I think they're gonna do the same thing with the Bucks. They're not gonna allow the Bucks to just run roughshod over them. Nick Chubb is rounding back into form and running back. They hadn't even got Joe Mixon back yet. And I think these younger receivers are gonna start to mature and they're gonna get better. So I like to take the Texans winning a close one in NRG. Plus, a lot of people don't know this. When y'all get a chance, come on down to Houston to a Texas game. It is loud.
Oh, really?
In that stadium, and they've in the last 3 or 4 years they just left the roof closed. They ain't opened the roof because they realized, wait a minute, we got an advantage here. Let's keep this roof closed for these acoustics. So,
man, what Anderson and Danielle Hunter gonna put Baker Mayfield in that wide 9 cage?
They gonna give Baker Mayfield fits.
I mean, they're gonna just close that cage, man.
My only concern would be the status of these offensive linemen for Texas that did not play for the Rams game. Will they be available for this game?
Yeah, because Todd Bowles, who I also like as a defensive minded coach, he'll get after it. He'll get after it.
Yeah, so I still got Texans over the Bucks. The last game, the Chargers are playing the Raiders. Raiders, go ahead and get ready to lose this one. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you right now, the Jim Harbaugh flipping that he's starting to flip. That Justin Herbert's starting to look like Justin Herbert's supposed to.
Supposed to look.
Yeah, he's starting to look like he's supposed to look.
It's the Justin Herbert coming out party.
It's the Justin Herbert Renaissance. And he's starting to look like he's supposed to look. Everybody touted him to look coming out of college into the draft, and now we're starting to see what he actually can be.
Yeah, Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, so Tristan don't like the Dolphins, but anyway,
Not this week.
but yeah, I had the Chargers beating the Raiders.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
handled
agree.
at that. So to recap, Commanders over Packers, pick 'em. Remember, folks, if I say pick 'em, do not put money on this game. Don't come back mad at me in the comments next week. Yeah, I'm picking you. Hey, shut up. I told you. If I say pick 'em, do not put money on this game. It could go either way.
I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at them Dolphins.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You know what? Let me say this real quick, man. Last week the Dolphins looked like this.
Trash, 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 damn, trash.
Okay.
I gotta do it.
So yeah, I have the Commanders over the Packers. That's a pick 'em game. It could go either way. I got the Cowboys handling the Giants. Cowboys Nation. Let me tell you something. Y'all lose to the Giants, just pack it in for the year.
Pack it in.
Pack it in. You better not. Dallas, y'all better not lose this game.
And prepare for me, because I'm gonna apologize in advance to Brandon and Steve, because I'm gonna go in.
Look, we going on. You about to get roasted all next week if you lose to the Giants. Y'all better not lose this game. In fact, you better dog walk the Giants. If it's close, we're gonna talk about you. I'm just saying. Seahawks over Steelers, Rams over Titans, Bills over Jets. That's another dog walking. It was almost a stone cold lock, but I had other ones that were better. Give me the Pats over the Fins. This is going to be the turd that floats highest in the toilet, and the Pats will be the one. Give me the Bengals over the Jags in a shootout. This is another pick'em game. Saints over Niners. It could go either way. I'm just picking the Saints because they're at home, and the Superdome's a very loud place. The Stone Cold Lock of the Week. This the one you put your money on is the Ravens over the Browns. Okay. Lions over the Bears. That's a pick'em. Broncos over Colts. Cardinals over Panthers. Eagles over Chiefs. That's a pick'em. Vikings over Falcons, Texans over Bucks, and Chargers over Raiders. The doors of the church are now open.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you have just listened to us for another week of Just a Fan Podcast. Remember, we made a switch last week from Mondays to Wednesdays because we are in regular season mode, okay? We're not going to compete with Monday Night Football. Especially this coming Monday night, you got 2 games.
We can't. We'll lose.
Yeah, man, we lose. Ain't nobody gonna be watching us.
Nobody gonna be watching us. So we knew
we ain't gonna be. We ain't gonna be.
Right, we're not gonna be right. We're gonna be trying to watch the game.
Exactly. Well, that too. Okay. So, thanks for joining us. Remember, we are live. See, hold on. Where's it at? See on my screen, I see live right here in the red. I don't know if y'all can see that at home.
It's over on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, it's right here. So, but anyway, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Okay? You can follow us on TikTok, IG, Facebook, and Twitter. Okay? Down below, Trish TV, the franchise, the Mike linebacker, he sees all. And he's also, he knows quarterbacks too. Okay?
Yeah, forget the Dolphins, forget Tua.
And the Indianapolis Colts for what they do with Andrew Luck, Anthony Richardson. He is unloading that clip. Pow. That direction. Panel 316, the good guy with the black hat, man. Yes, sir. Signature move right there. I like that. Yeah, boy. Y'all know who I am. Coach Williams, the NFL Encyclopedia, the Wildcat quarterback that runs this thing. Future Hall of Famer, baby. Y'all know what time it is. Somebody give me a call. I'm trying to be a head coach or GM somewhere. Anyway, good night, ladies and gentlemen.
The Dolphins.
Hey, listen. I'm going to tell you something. I will coach any of these teams, man. You want me to coach the Dolphins? I'll fix it.
South Beach.
I will fix the Dolphins. You understand me? I ain't got no problems fixing that team Because guess what? If I get there, a lot of guys will be on the trade block instantly. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
Peace.
After Dolphins.